Hello everyone. We are solving a fun little problem from geometry. The question is this. In a scalene triangle, one of the angles is 50 degrees. If the other two angles are integers, how many combinations of the angles of the triangle are possible? These are the four options given to you. A scalene triangle, as you know, is a triangle with all the sides being different and hence all internal angles being different. If A, B, C are the three internal angles of the scalene triangle in the question, then you have A plus B plus C equals 180 degree. This is a property of the triangle. And also A, B, C are given to be integers. See, this problem is solvable and you will be getting a finite number of triangles only if the angles are restricted to be integers, and that's the reason this condition is given in the problem. Now, one of the angles is given to be 50 degrees. Let A be 50 degree. You can choose any angle for that. So what will be the sum of the other two angles? That will be 180 minus 50, 130 degree. This will be the sum of the other two angles. Now to find out all possible combinations of the triangles, what we do is split 130 degree into B and C. You may start with 1 degree here so that this will be 129 degree. The sum should be 130. So you're getting a triangle like 51, 129 degree. The next possibility, 2 degree and 128 degree. You go on increasing this and this will go on decreasing. So if you write 3, this will be 127. If you go like that, at one stage you'll be reaching 50 here and the corresponding measure of the third angle will be 80 because 50, 50, 100 plus 80, 180. So basically these are the combinations of triangles you are getting. 50 degree, 1 degree, 120. This is one triangle. Then 50 degree. See, one angle is fixed. The others keep changing. 128. See, corresponding to each one, by taking them together, you get one triangle. Now, if you go like that, when you combine 50 with 50, you get this triangle. Now, you go on like this. You will reach at one stage 65. And the corresponding other angle will be 65. So, look at the sum of all these. 50, 65, 65, 180. So, and before that, this will be 66 and this will be 64. So, if I write a combination corresponding to these two, you have 50 degree, 66, 64. And corresponding to this one, 50, 65, 65. And it will go on like this. See, this will be 66, this will be 64. And finally, what do you end? It will go up to 129. And this will go down to 1. There is one thing you can observe here. If you take this one, 50, 66, 64, you're going to get this triangle. 60, sorry, there's a mistake here. This is 64 and this is 66. This is what I meant. This goes on decreasing. So the one before 65 will be 66. And the one before this will be 64. So this triangle will be 64 and 66. Corresponding to this, you will have 66 and 64. Now look at these two triangles. They are one and the same because if you carefully go through the question, we are asked to find out the number of combinations of the angles of the triangle. In a combination, these two are the same. You don't need to look for the arrangement or the order in which they appear. So these two are the same triangle. You don't need to consider triangles after this 65. In this, they are all just duplicates of whatever triangles you have seen before. That is the point. Okay. So basically, you need to consider only from 1 degree to 65, and it looks like there are 65 triangles. But If you look at this triangle, 50, 50, 80, this cannot be counted because this is an isosceles triangle. A scalene triangle is what? You have all the internal angles being different. They are not different. So this should be excluded from the total number of scalene triangles you are likely to obtain. Similarly, look at this combination 50, 65, 65. You can see 65 repeating twice, showing this is also not a scalene triangle. Okay, so out of this triangle, this should be excluded and also this should be excluded. We are excluding totally two triangles. So 65 minus 2, which is 63. So 63 is the total number of all possible combinations of the angles of the triangle which you can form satisfying the conditions given in the basic data. So the final answer is 63.